Field creation. I'm going at 6 miles an hour. Let's see. Repair that. Repair that. There we go. I'm back to 7 miles an hour. Not in any hurry. Could use a flux coil field creator, but don't really want to. Taking time. Morning, Charles.
Morning. Hey, Big B.
Hey, Big B. How you doing? How's your day going, Big B? You can add options to the chat if you want to, there, Charles.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Cool. Just got done cutting the majority of the trees out. I still got some between 24 and 25. But whenever I get down to that point, I'll take those out.
Okay, he's been added.
Okay. Figured I'd go live and show you guys what I've been up to, or what I'm up to today.
I need to turn this down.
All this was once trees. Spared some just to have some background. You can see in the distance there, I got some to take out left. Slow going, but I'm not in any hurry either, so. What else did you add? Making a left turn. Okay. Started cutting trees out
Wow.
yesterday and finished up a little bit ago, and eventually I'm gonna have to go back down and cut some more trees out.
Did Optimus join?
Didn't see him join the party chat.
Okay.
Optimus, Big B, you've been invited to the party chat, so if you want to, jump right on in.
What is that? Wheat or soybeans?
This here, probably canola.
Oh, it's a good fertilizer.
Still haven't figured out how I want to create this field around the grain mill, but
Oh no!
what did you do?
Oh, I tossed the ball. He's playing fetch with the ball right now, and I rolled it, bounced it, and jumped into the bucket where he couldn't get to it.
No. Couldn't reach his head into the bucket and get the ball?
No, it's too high.
But there's the mountain. Not exactly blue, but there's the mountain. Blue Mountain Valley River Tours. There's a boat out there somewhere. Way out there. One of these days I'll have to charter a ride. Optimus is online.
He's ready to, probably gonna jump in here.
Yeah. Morning,
There he
Optimus.
is.
Hey guys.
What's up?
Not much. I was finishing up watching a show. I started watching yesterday. DVR is getting a little full, so. Oh man, so are you plowing up the entire side of the map? Is that what it looked like?
Yeah, pretty much. Let's save it here. I'll bring it up. All that is gonna be one field.
Oh jeez. Wow.
With the grain mill in the middle, yeah. So.
Yeah. Dang, dude. Why am I starting? I don't know. Man, cold here this morning.
Pretty mild here. It was 50 when I woke up.
It was 45 when I woke up this morning.
Chris, yeah, big field, another one.
Okay.
If you haven't noticed by now, Chris, I don't like small fields.
Yes, perfect example of that. Look at your your flat map.
Yeah.
I don't think they get much bigger than that one.
Yeah. So far, I've pulled 682 trees out of here. Yeah, this is Blue Mountain Valley. These are my favorite implements to plow. The SP11V and the 2 KC Colay plows. 17-meter plow.
What's this? Yeah. I want to see you roll up there and fall on your back.
Probably probably soybeans. Or I might just plant it all grapes and have very minimal mods and have multiplayer come up.
Oh, Lordy. Oh. I can see it right now. Grape juice everywhere.
Yeah. Free wine.
That too. We'll have a taste testers marathon.
Yeah. If you pick it, you can keep it. I don't know about you, but I'd be tired of seeing grapes after doing it on this field.
Yeah, with that grape planter, you almost have to babysit it.
Yeah.
Or do it yourself, one of the two.
Yeah. I'm planting cotton on this, Chris, because I've got enough cotton on Flat Map.
Those modded harvesters on this map do potatoes or sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was telling Germany G that this morning.
Yeah, I think by the time Flat Map is done, we'll all have our fill of cotton.
Yeah.
Yeah. The cotton fields on my flat map. I know I got 18 fields off, and it started to rain, and the cotton harvesters stopped, so I can't do nothing. The remaining cotton fields, I know how many bales it got.
I could plant sugar beets. Got a 150,000 liter harvester now.
Mm-hmm. That
Then
combined with the fast harvesting head.
No.
this is going to be interesting. Fast harvesting potatoes.
I don't know if the fast harvesting works on potatoes, does it?
Well, it should. If you could have fast harvest with the Gyarados, with that header on it, you should be able to do it because it's
Yeah,
an identical header.
but it's not.
But it probably could be scripted different a little though.
The Pterodos modded header comes with the kite control mod. The
Right.
potato head came with this mod, so depending on which one he used it off of.
Yeah.
I didn't see tool height control for potato for the
Oh,
for the
by the
city
way,
harvester.
why think about it? It did the fact I know. Let me bring it up here real quick.
This on a spot.
Water station. It's not here. Silos. Take a look at that real. Yeah, it's in the silos. The liquid fertilizer tank and the herbicide tank, which is Lizard. I don't know if they included it in on this map or not, but its missing function buying station is in 110N EN XML. You can't use this that looks like a green water tank that we normally put in game. But he's got one listed here under silos: liquid fertilizers and herbicide tanks. Don't place them. They don't work.
Okay.
There's already two of them on the map. They're on the farm here. They don't look like that tank though. They look different.
No, but because
The
I
icon
went to
and
place one of these, and I said, "Oh." Once I placed it, it was invisible. You can't see it.
oh,
You pay for it, and you plop it. Then you can't sell it either. It's invisible. Because I already checked that out. That's probably for the PC side of things.
I don't know. I think he just. I mean, maybe they're just in the store because of the fact that they're on them. I mean, they show up in your inventory,
Right?
but they don't look. I think he just used the image of that water tank.
Right.
Okay.
50 hours?
Oh.
Yeah, I put
Big
on a
growth.
2-hour stream this morning with no problems this morning, y'all.
That was a good stream.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised it lasted as long as it did. I was hoping it wouldn't do what it did prior to this update. This update, I think, help improve my internet a little bit too.
Cool.
I might be able to get back in the swing of streaming on a multiplay.
Mm-hmm.
Because with all those people streaming the other night with you, Lion, I went up in the red for a couple moments, but not continuous, and got froze up.
Mm-hmm.
It stayed in the orange most of the night.
Nice.
Which I was pleased to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like the other night when I was with Big Dog and him and Funny Bone I was lagging like majorly, and that was just 2 people. We have like 4 people streaming from yours the other night.
Yeah. Technically, he had 5 altogether. Well, not streaming, but he had.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, and I was streaming. I wasn't even streaming the other one, but I didn't lag hardly any on that map.
We had it on the Germany server. The connection seems to... People don't seem to lag as much on that server.
Maybe not as many people are using it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the international is where I have major issues.
I'll have to try that like next time.
Wheat harvested. Nightshade cereal. I do believe we need to put soybean in this field.
Hmm?
I'm talking to Benji.
Oh.
Tea berries?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said Charles wants blueberry. I said tea berries.
No.
It's a little wild berry that grows in wooded areas.
Hmm.
If you know what you're looking for, it's a little tiny red berry and it has a minty taste to it.
Hmm.
And we used to go out in the woods when we was hiking and so forth. We'd grab a handful of tea berries.
Hmm.
They're good. Actually, they're high in antioxidants.
Wow.
But blueberries are high in antioxidants also.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm. So I have to take a look at the app on my phone again.
For what?
Hmm?
For that Twitch app, what we was talking about earlier, Six
Mm-hmm.
Wheeling replied on that.
Hmm.
He missed it. He said he missed my stream by 4 minutes.
Oh, wow.
I knew he was busy,
Yeah.
but he did watch it.
Cool.
You streamed on Twitch? Is that what you're saying?
No,
Oh.
my app on my phone, the Twitch app. Sometimes the chat will work and sometimes it won't.
Oh.
See, that's the application I have a problem with. YouTube is a breeze. Oh. I don't see it. Okay. Look for it later. I think it's my phone signal is part of the problem.
Could be.
Yeah. Good thing I don't stream from my phone.
Man.
It would have been interrupted by now, a long time ago. What's it saying sign in the chat when I'm already there? You're up to 15 subscribers here, Lion.
Yeah. Picked up 2 or 3 the other day.
You picked up 3.
Cool.
No, you're not messing with that wire. I'm going to tell you that right now. This affectionate puppy of mine is something else. And he sure ain't no lapdog, that's for sure.
My brother-in-law's got a German Shepherd that she thinks she's a lapdog.
Oh my.
Every once in a while, our golden thinks he's a lapdog.
He gave me a workout yesterday, I'll tell you. He thought he was gonna be the boss. I had to correct him a little bit. Alright. Oh, down, down. You're getting heavy on my leg.
No. Too many trees and too many undulations for that. Plus, you see the river? There's no way. And there's some places on the map you can't buy. Alright, I'll be back.
This magnifying glass needs cleaned. I got some field slime.
But
Welcome back.
back at it.
Let the plowing resume.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Over there, Chris, is the woods, the forest. There's some itty bitty trees that you can't get rid of. They don't have any collisions on them, so you could plow right through them and plant right through them, but
Those are the magic trees.
yeah.
I couldn't resist.
Yeah.
There's a lot of trees over there, though.
Yeah, there is.
What this dude needs. This was canola. Okay. Why left that like that?
Somebody posted in the Facebook group they wanted to see more American maps with square fields. I'm like, well, if you think about it, how many square fields do you know, or do you see when you're driving around the back roads in the United States?
I don't see no perfect square fields. I never
Yeah,
did.
you really see those out in like the plains areas, where they're the big, massive, yeah, but yeah, you think about, yeah, fields. I know, I know, like right around here, if you see farms, they're not perfectly square fields. They usually go with like if there's a wooded area, or a creek running by them, or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the cornfields on my grandparents' farm, They weren't square by a long shot.
I know ours weren't. The only one that we actually did square off was the one that was in front of the entire farm there. It was sort of squared off in a way, but other than that, all the rest of the fields were definitely with the contour and the wooded areas.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that's like when my dad's uncle had a small farm, and from what I remember, most of his fields, I mean, they would have been squared off like where the roads were, where the county road went in front of it or something. And,
Yeah.
but then, of course, you'd get to the back part of it where there might be a wood line. Now, some of the fields, yes, they were squared off, because they had blocked them off or whatever.
Right.
But, and you do see some square fields, but,
Not many.
right. Yeah, you watch any of those guys like, Millennials or Brian's Farm, any of the guys that do like in the Midwest farming, you see that their fields are all ob-shaped.
Yeah.
Of course, you get out the
Yeah.
Welkers where they're out in the middle of the Great Plains area. Yeah, of course, that they've plotted those out to be square. Now, I think the main thing that would separates not the shape of the fields, but the fact that like the European ones typically have hedges growing around their fields
Right.
to separate them from the road, where here we don't. That's the most prominent thing I think between a European and an American would be the
See,
openness.
there is a difference between the regions here for one simple reason. What they use as hedges, we use tree lines for.
Tree lines, or people put up art, fencing, but a lot of
Right.
a lot of farmers don't use any fencings around their fields anymore.
Only where they have animals.
Right.
Because my dad, he used an electric fence, 2 strands.
Well, yeah, if you've got livestock, then yeah, you've
Yeah.
got stuff to keep that penned in.
My wife's grandfather had her touch the electric fence. He did, and he did a couple times, and she'd touch it and get shocked, and then he'd go around behind the shed there and turn it off, and when he went to go turn it off, she'd come back, say, oh, it's off, and then she'd touch it again and get shocked. He'd go back behind the barn, behind the shed, and tell her it was turned off. She got shocked again. His grandfather was wearing rubber boots.
Like you quickly learn, you don't touch the fence, or you don't trust Grandpa anymore.
Yeah.
Some of the things we dared back in our youth to each other. I dare you to do this, and
Oh yeah, I mean if they were doing the stuff that she did growing up, they'd be considered as child endangerment.
Oh yeah.
Well, there was a plow in a barn with the I don't know what you call the spikes of it sticking straight up. Well,
yeah,
they had in the barn loft. They just had like a rubber mat. They had a rubber mat over the hole where the plow was at, and then they had hay on top of that. Well, what they would do is they had a rope that they would swing from end to end. And if they would have slipped off and went through that hole, that'd have been the end of it.
Man. I know what it's like to, because we had a trap door. There was a two door system for where we fed our cattle with hay and corn fodder, which is actually after you taken the ears off the corn and chopped up the stalks and fed them as forage.
Our grandfather would raise pigs for food. Her and her brother would go out and exercise the pigs, ride them, and all kinds of things.
Well,
that's why they had so many kids back then, because they didn't always all make it.
Yeah.
But oh yeah.
Your grandfather trying to get them fat, and they're out there exercising them.
Don't name them. Jeez.
Yeah.
They weren't in back in my day. It was not considered pets.
No.
Just some breeds are easier to handle than other breeds. I convinced my dad to take a Holstein Angus and breed it Charolais one time, and that was a mistake.
Wow.
Because I don't know if it was that particular calf or what, but when you take Charolais and cross it with a Angus Holstein cow, you're gonna mess with it a little bit, the genetics a little bit. Because Charolais is strictly a beef cow, Angus is strictly a beef cow, but when you have Holstein, which is dairy, that's when you start messing around. You don't know what you're going to get.
Just like a box of chocolates.
Yep.
Oh.
That's the beauty of vocational agriculture. You learn so much about animal husbandry besides just growing arable crops and stuff like that. You learn a heck of a lot more than just arable crops.
Yeah. You were riding a horse this morning on your stream, and it got me thinking about my grandparents had horses on their farm. They did cotton and not cotton. They did corn and had raised sheep, but they also raised horses. My mom and her brothers and sisters would go out there and play cowboys and Indians.
Yeah. My baby sister, she wanted a pony for her birthday one year, and they got her a pony. We all got to ride the pony though, but it was her pony, and to this day she still owns horses. She had two till they was bringing the one horse back. I don't know where they were at. Someone hit the trailer that the horse was in. Showed it on the spot.
Well, the area of my county we were driving around in the other night, or yesterday afternoon, is big with horse stables and stuff.
Yeah.
I think we must have passed at least 8 of them. And then I know I saw one small yard that had some sheep in it. But...
Eating horse apples along the way?
No.
Oh my.
No, we did not see any on the road that I noticed. My dad did say that you have to be careful on those the back roads we were on, because every
Yeah,
once in a while they'll be walking the horse, somebody will be riding a horse
Yeah,
along the road.
yeah.
yeah.
There's a lot of county parks over there that allow them. They can take the horses out there and ride them out on some of the trails and stuff. But yeah, it was just like, it's like road. Like you'd see one big one, you go down a little bit, and you see another big one. Like that. I was like, I couldn't imagine there was that many people in the area that owned horses that that kind of business. And
You'll
then
be
like,
surprised that because where I live, we got that great big Angus farm coming up the road from that, coming to my place.
mm-hmm.
On the same side as that Angus farm, there's a guy there that has a horse racetrack, and he has some horses there too, and plus all these little areas with goats and sheep. We have them here. That's why I live in a farming community to start with. It's interesting to see how people do things.
Well, they used to have a racetrack outside. It's outside Detroit, but it's closed now. But it was like harness racing, where they had the little cart that they race behind the horses.
Mm-hmm.
So it was that kind of racing, and they closed it. But I guess this is for some of the well-to-do people who own horses, obviously.
Not so much well-to-do.
Well, I think that's what most of these places were.
Yeah.
They were stables for people who live in more in the city area.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when the Kentucky Derby was going on this year, they said you could own a horse. You could buy a horse for either $200 or $500, and they said a couple of horses had 20 different owners.
Well, so I think a lot of it is the expense is the actual upkeep of it. Where you're stabling it and that kind of stuff.
Not only that, you got to feed them too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, where I live is really weird. I mean, it's like where I actually live is more of a city kind of, but like you get your tree-lined streets and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, if I go a little bit south, I'm in, downtown Detroit with skyscrapers and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
If I go a little bit north of where I live, I'm out in the country with farms and a lot of orchards and different stuff. And then like you go really far up north, though, it's the big crop about an hour or two north of where I live is sugar beets. That's the big thing they grow up there. Because there's a big sugar processing plant up that way. But
Right.
like around here, you'll see cornfields, but I think a lot of it's grown for feed for animals, and then orchards, apple orchards, cherry tree orchards. There's some peach orchards, I think. I think there's some. I don't know. I know this one town has a peach festival every year. My dad said he thinks there's one place that grows peaches in the town, but they don't ever get real super big because the growing season's not super long for them.
No.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of ironic because Traverse City, Michigan, up north, has a cherry festival every year, but the cherry festival takes place about 2 months after all the cherries have been picked. So for their cherry festival, they have to import cherries. Nobody understood why they don't just hold it earlier in the year when the cherries are actually there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see a lot of, obviously, a lot of cider mills around here. There's we passed by a Christmas tree farm yesterday. I said, there used to be a blueberry farm. They're not quite sure if that one's open. It was a place where you could go pick your own. But we saw some
had orchards in our areas too.
We passed by some cornfields. They were so pathetic. I swear, this corn couldn't more than 4 or 5 feet tall. Like I'm like, if I go stand in that, I'm taller than those corn stalks. You know?
Wow.
Well, and then the sad thing was this one place we went to, they made a corn maze in their cornfield. The corn was, like I said, 3 feet tall, 4 feet tall, and I'm like, you could see over the maze. I'm like, I was watching people go through it, and you could see their heads, you know, like an average-sized man was taller, and I was like, that's cracking up. Now, we used to go to a corn maze that was out, literally, I swear, the middle of nowhere, and some years it would be short. Most of the years, though, it was at least above your head, so you couldn't see over.
Right.
Yeah, we went by this place where I'd seen this really cool tractor. I wanted to try and see. I was hoping it would be still sitting there, but it had done its job and had moved on because it would plowed up a pumpkin patch. There was what was left of some of the pumpkins in the field the first day we drove past it, and then when we drove past it yesterday, you could tell the field had been all cultivated up.
Yeah.
And I was like, yep, it had an implement on the back of it, so I had a feeling that was what was probably going to be happening. And I think I may have spotted it at we went down another road, and there was like this, had all sorts of stuff scattered out. There was no real good place that I could have stopped to take some pictures, but if I could ever find my way back there, and there was no traffic, I would totally just... That was the other cool thing, was driving along and you're seeing some of the old, I saw a couple old John Deere sitting out there, a couple combines. The one big tractor I saw was a Versatile. And I saw 2 other big 4-wheel drive articulated looking ones, but I don't know what they were. They were like white and blue. I don't know if they were
New Holland.
No, they didn't. I mean, they didn't look like new. No, they were mostly white with blue accents. So I mean, they could have been repainted. Like the farm painted them. But yeah, I couldn't see like markings. They were too far away for me to read what they said on them.
I know there's a John Deere tractor sitting down the road. It's still parked by the corner of a fenced-in yard, and one of these days I'm going to snap a picture of it.
I saw a sprayer that looked like the one that was similar to the one we have in game now.
Really?
Yeah. And then I saw one older looking combine, and then there was one newer, like a bigger one. I saw that one out yesterday. It looked like they were prepping it for something. Ran across a couple of real old ones that may have been Molines. They kind of had that same paint scheme that Millennial Farmers Minneapolis Moline has.
Yeah. Are you guys getting fall foliage up there?
Yeah, the trees started to turn color, and then we got we had a bunch of wind come through the other day, so a lot of them lost their tree leaves.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, some people are saying, like, farther up north, it's really starting to change real quick.
My father-in-law said, or my mother-in-law told my father-in-law the other day the trees were turning. And of course my father-in-law was sharp as a tack. He's like, they're not turning. they're still they're still in the same position they were before.
Oh man.
Oh my.
That's funny. We have some here that are changing, but I mean, some of them are still green, but dang, way up north in UP, they got snow.
Wow.
So, yeah, so one weather map had was like it was like snow predictions for the week, and it was like two different models they were looking at. One of the models actually had snow in my area next week sometime. And I was looking at it, I'm like, why? No. It won't, I doubt it would stay to the ground. Of course, then our weather is telling us it's going to warm up this week, so I don't know. It's not unheard of for us to have snow in October, but
Well, we won't see no. If we see any snow this year, it'll probably be in either in January or February. We're not gonna see it in December, November, or
well,
December.
I mean, we've had Halloweens where we've had snow on the ground. Like I remember we went trick or treating in the snow one year. Let's see, there was one Halloween where it actually was snowing on Halloween. There was one where it snowed right before. There was one where it was friggin' 80 degrees, like all of a sudden on, So it's like this time of year the weather can be crazy.
Unpredictable.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Some years we don't see a major snowfall till, there's been years we haven't seen a major snowfall till after January.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's other ones where I remember one year, the last year my grandparents ever came up here for Thanksgiving, and we had a huge snowstorm, and they got stuck here for like an extra couple days. My grandpa said, "That's it, because we're never coming up there after, certainly would never come up here in November."
Last time I went up back to Pennsylvania, and it was at Thanksgiving time, so I could spend some time with my sisters and brothers, and we had snow up there for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I took a vacation right at that specific time, and because I hadn't seen them since I moved down here. I moved down here in December 2006. Found a place in Thompson, 2007. Then at the end of the year, we bought this place. We've been here ever since. No intentions of going anywhere. I just don't feel like taking my vehicle out of snow anymore.
Yeah. So you get a snowblower.
Yeah.
Well, if you live in the city limits, you are not. If you're in a parking lot, I can just see it right now. You would have to snow blow the sidewalk, the street to go across, down into the alleyway to the parking lot where we parked our vehicles, and snow blow that.
Yeah.
Right. And
My
right
dad
in
loves
front
the
where we
snowblower.
live was metered areas.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
So you take a plastic bag, or not a plastic bag, you take a paper bag and put it over the meter.
Out of order.
Yeah.
Yeah, there.
I can just hear it right now. Who put that thing on there? Because they maintain them on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Hmm?
My dad's got his snowblower, man. When it snows,
Right.
there was one day he was out snowblowing, and we looked outside, and where is he?
Okay.
Because he wasn't. He had, the front of our house is clean, the driveway is clean, our back little patio area where we come in and out of the house was cleared. He had just decided to walk down the sidewalk and take care of some of the older neighbors down the road.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom's like, I don't know where your father is. I looked at him, he's across the street. He went across. At the time, we had, like, across the street was an older lady. Well, not that my dad's particularly young, but, you know, that there was a widower. There was a couple of widow old ladies that lived across the street. And, yeah, so I just joke. I said, anything that he just gets outside, he doesn't care. 'Cause the summer, he has his lawnmower, and the winter, snowblower.
At least when he's occupied doing something.
Yeah.
I don't know about your dad, but my father-in-law, he doesn't care if it's if it's 20 degrees or if it's 80 degrees. He's still in a muscle shirt.
Oh, no,
No,
not mine.
no coat,
He,
no coat at all. You go outside at 20, 30 degrees in a muscle shirt.
oh, no, he'll dress appropriately for, you know, like the winter, he's usually wearing flannels or sweatshirts or something. I'm the
Um,
one that walks around. I'm always wearing t-shirts all the time. Like, I just don't like. I don't know. I don't like long sleeve shirts. Mainly because most of the time when I put my arm in them and I raise up, it goes to my elbow. So I mean,
mhm.
Yeah.
when you got like 3 inches of wrist showing outside your shirt, yeah.
Mhm.
I have found a store though that sells extra long sleeves,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
like a big and tall type store.
Yeah.
Oh, I like
Yeah.
these. I mean, I found a flannel shirt. I was like, ooh, I like this one. Now his big thing is like mowing his lawn in the summer and golfing. Like he's actually hoping that we're going to get another brief warming spell. Like he's talking about maybe trying to go golfing a couple more times. Calling golf courses to see if they have fall rates and stuff. Oh
Mm.
my lord.
So he likes to chase that little white ball over 30 acres of land. God.
Him and his, he is, let's see, Monday mornings in the summer, it's him and four of his retiree friends that all,
Yeah.
well, they all work together when they
Mm-hmm.
worked at the health department. And then Tuesday night is a league through our old church that he still just joins because he's got whoever his golfing partners are still are members of the church, so he can still join
Yeah.
the league. Um, and then once in a while, he'll go out other times, like him and some buddies will take a trip someplace. Like a lot of times they go down to Myrtle Beach in the spring. Um, but then like he was filling in for another this other person that he retired with. She was on a Wednesday league, and every once in a while they would need a fill-in person, so she would call him and see if he wasn't busy.
Yeah.
But there's that, and then he does volunteer drives for the for the blind school. I
Mm.
mean, he's just constantly trying. You know, we just joked that he needed to find a part-time job because he's always trying to do. He always has to be doing something. Then he discovered Netflix and Amazon Prime, and the big joke was every day about 1 o'clock he would go to the basement and watch a movie. He didn't care what the movie was. He was just watching it.
I remember going golfing. There's still frost on the ground. That was cold. It was cold.
Yeah. It's changed over the years now. Like I say, as he's gotten a little older, he doesn't quite do that. Like there is sometimes where he would be golfing when you would think it was far too cold to be golfing.
Hmm. I mean, it warmed up in the 70s, but the first couple hours, man, it was freezing.
Shoot.
The Air Force Base had a golf course on it. My parents weren't military, but we had a lot of military friends. So we got access to. They'd bring us on the base and get tax-free food and go golfing on the base.
No, we just have a lot of golf courses around here.
My dad worked for a Bedford Springs Hotel Resort in Bedford, Pennsylvania, and they had a 36-hole golf course plus an 18-hole golf course. And I just don't understand the concept of chasing that little white ball.
I did. I mean, I golfed before I blew out my knees and
Yeah.
couldn't. I twisted my knee really bad one time doing something, and then like I went to golf and just the swinging motion aggravated it. It kept popping it out of joint. So yeah, so like it would be good for a while, but then every once in a while, I'd swing way too hard or do something, and all of a sudden, bam, I'd be down on the ground.
The only golfing I do now. Oh, go ahead. Huh?
Go ahead.
Oh, I'll say the only golfing I do now is miniature golf.
That's pretty much what I do too. Yeah.
Yeah, putt.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Video game golf,
Yeah.
I dare you back out on that 36-hole or 18-hole course,
Yeah.
chasing that little white ball, even on a golf game.
I use a red ball or a green ball. Sometimes I have blue balls.
Not touching it. You sure don't want to get close to somebody swinging that golf club. That's for dang sure.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, a lot of the miniature golf courses around me have closed. Like, there used to be some really cool ones, but I don't know. I don't know if just people stopped going or what. I know one of them, they sold the land off to a corporate, like, big box store, but like we've got one where it was a miniature golf course and go-kart track and all that kind of stuff, and the miniature golf course is just rotting. I mean, it's destroyed. I mean, there is a couple, but you have to drive pretty far to get to them. But yeah, we used to have like 4 right around us that were really nice ones. Not anymore.
No, this COVID stuff has really killed off a lot of businesses.
Oh, these were killed off even before COVID, though.
Yeah, it's for some odd reason the time has changed.
We've got one. It's about an hour away from me, I think, about 45 minutes to an hour. but it's really cool. I mean, it is like a really old school where you'd see, things made out of rocks and stone, like crazy, like a windmill and all these crazy, things.
Right.
It's just in this little downtown area, and it's just kind of shoved in between these two other businesses. It's called like the King Putt or Sir Putt or something like that. It's you get like a weird name. we always were like, we need to go try that place because it looks like a lot of fun.
You have an hour and 16 minutes on your monitor?
I got an hour and 34.
Oh,
I'm getting ready to close it up.
it's sitting at 116. And trying to connect.
The one we do have around, we have an indoor glow-in-the-dark one by us.
Wow.
Yeah, that one's weird though. I don't really like it. I went to it once.
Oh, poor Howie.
What happened with Howie?
He said, dang, I can't get anything done around here. You guys are so up in that Discord. Some of the comments that come across 6 Minutes Discord. It's funny.
Oh, I heard my phone was going off all night. I'm like, even when I think I've turned the alerts off on some of the stuff that I don't even really need to know, then somebody creates a new channel, and I start getting new alerts. I'm like,
There we go. It's at 1 hour, an hour and 34. I'm caught back up.
well, mine on my screen it says you started streaming less than a minute ago.
Really?
Wow.
Well, the whole other night when we were streaming on your Cotton map, it kept telling me that I had started streaming 17 minutes ago. The whole hour or whatever I streamed.
Wow.
I picked up a subscriber yesterday in Six Wheelin's stream.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's told people to put a link, so I'm like, okay, fine. I figured out how to get a link to my name, and all of a sudden I got a message that I was like, oh, okay, well, I thought everybody that was there, there was not very many people there. I was like,
No, there wasn't.
yeah, and most of the people I knew, I'm like, I think they already subbed to me.
Yeah.
Because he was asking when we were going to stream. I was like, I'm hoping in November when, he gets his internet back. I kind of hope we're going to continue on doing what we were doing. Maybe not that map. Maybe we'll do a different map, but because you think about it, while Gunner's been gone, we've had like a couple really good maps that we could do multiplayer stuff.
Yeah.
I think he would really like this one that we just got yesterday for the aspect of having the logging. Like, I could see us doing a thing where he does logging and I do farming.
Right. I could see that.
Is he not able to download the maps, or?
I was going to ask him that the other day when I was talking to him, but I forgot to.
I was talking to him this morning. I should have asked him. It didn't.
Yeah,
Because I was
he was
talking to him on Messenger on my phone while I was streaming.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have to watch it or not.
Yeah, like I said, I don't even know if he can even watch streams.
Wow.
Because I thought he said that the lady told him that the internet was pretty bad, that she tried watching like Netflix or something using it, and it didn't really work that well. So I think he prepped himself. Like I said, I mean, he may be able to download new mods, but it may take him a while.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I kept forgetting to ask him if he had been able to catch up on any of the new mods that we've gotten in the past like couple weeks.
Or even the well, he had to gotten the update.
Oh, he may not have. Because he could still have played offline without the update. He could have not downloaded the update and he would have been fine.
Yeah.
Because when he gets on, when you see him logging in there and he's chatting with us, he's using his wife's iPad, he said.
Right.
So he could very well be playing the game. Yeah, he very well could be playing the game offline.
Yeah.
Because that's what would happen if you didn't do the download. You just lose your ability to go online, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, next time he messaged me, I should ask him that.
Well, like I said, I messaged him this morning and so forth because I shared my YouTube.
Yeah.
I shared him.
You know what? Yeah, Shit, I could message him on Facebook. I'm friends with him on Facebook.
Yeah.
That's when he sent me that screenshot of what he had done on the map when he sold the crop. He said he figured he might as well do it, then replant stuff instead of having the map just sit there. Yeah, do it. I don't care. Of course, by the time he gets back, we may have an update to that map, and we may have to restart our farm anyway. So.
At least we know what we're going to do. Remember that, what we try to do.
Well, my Stone Valley got corrupted, I think, so I was like, I'm not even gonna bother playing another one. I might go back to it after he updates it again, because I know he told somebody with the next update it was going to require a new game save because he was going to make the buildings sellable, and I think his plan was to change the farmhouse. Put down a different farmhouse as opposed to that one from Lone Oak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he was going to design a house. But for some reason, I think he said in someone's stream that he wasn't going to do the Stone Valley update till after his new map comes out. I don't know. I hope the Grasslands patch comes out soon because I kind of want to play that map too. I'm gonna get on and do some farming.
All right. Phone is buffering again. Go. That's back. Refreshed.
Mm.
Yeah, I see you.
Making sure it's still working.
Yeah,
What? Oh,
chat.
I just looked down and saw what he did. So. Which way should I go?
I think once you get back to the river, I'm gonna end it.
Okay, for just doing one horse, the livery stable income is $634. Oh,
Are you doing seasons or you just running normal?
seasons, yeah. I'm doing one of each.
Mm.
What I was doing on my season's gonna be the one I'm gonna use for live streams. The other one's gonna be something different.
Yeah.
I'll probably make some videos off of that one, but seasons one is gonna be for live streams. I'm gonna try to being I didn't have that much of an issue this time, but who's to say I might have an issue tomorrow?
Right.
Well, thank you
Wow.
for joining me. Optimus, Big B, Charles Stuff, Chris, and everybody else that's been popped in and watched it. Appreciate it, and hope you all have a great day. I'll talk to you later.